having gotten a little time here in ye old Commonwealth, if you had to choose one to settle down in, which environment do you enjoy more, California Republic or the Commonwealth?
I prefer the hometown.
You're the hometown guy? Okay.
I'm a West Coast guy. Like, it's just more familiar to me. I recognize all the landmarks better. I would rather be on this side, but they're both cool.
Okay. So it's just a hometown thing for you, the hometown vote.
I mean, it's all about. That's what makes Fallout so great for me in the first place. Or a big part of it is that it's a very identifiable environment. Like it's like like a bunch of people say it's like, oh, I would love to see like a European Fallout or a Asian Fallout or whatever. But I mean, for me, it is so intertwined with kind of that era of retro futuristic 50s America. 2077 or whatever you want to call it, but it's that vibe of it makes it so identifiable to me. It's like I can look around and see things that look familiar, and the more familiar it is, the better it is.
Dan, are you saying you wish they could all be California ghouls?
Yes, yes, I am.
All right, cool, excellent. What about you, Miranda?
I like the Commonwealth.
Yeah, why the Commonwealth?
I like the colors, for one. I also like the history. I think that's really interesting to see like what they still treasure and value in the Commonwealth. And history is a big thing, and I like history, so I think it's cool.
I'm also big on history, and the first, stumbling onto something like Bunker Hill or the Constitution, I'm just like, I can talk about, I can just think mentally about the battle between the British forces and the militiamen in 1770. Okay, yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I like that part
so I
a
think
lot.
it's just fun that way.
Absolutely.
I'm going to side with you guys and say I prefer the Commonwealth as well, just because, kind of, when it comes to tone, I think, that sort of American DNA kind of comes it comes through with greater clarity when you're talking about things like the Minutemen, things that we know to have been sort of involved with the founding of our country. And that ties in way better to me with, this retro 50s sort of music and stuff where we kind of think about past America as it once was. And those kind of, to me, coalesce much more beautifully than the West Coast, which I kind of always identify with much more progressive ideals, things that are traditionally non-American.
What about the contrast between that, though, and, say, the advent of nuclear testing in the United States taking place mostly in the West?
I mean, that's just a historical fact that I'm ignorant to.
Okay,
so it doesn't really play a factor.
Because sometimes I feel like that's why some of that desert environment is supposed to be evocative of that Nevada testing that went on. I mean, even though the setting isn't all an overlap there, that's very much the birthplace of nuclear technology.
I mean, for me, it's much more of a frontier thing. Old West plays an element in that. It's like it's a lawless
the whole
wasteland, and that's
California
Texas.
Ranger thing,
Texas.
they have in New Vegas.
Come on, Texas! That's where I'm from, so I'm just like, Texas!
It really, for me, as much as I love touring my my uncle, my cousin's hometown, Boston, Quincy ruins, there's one thing I don't like. Giant radiation storms. I'll take the West Coast.
For that,
those are amazing, though.
They are amazing to look at, not amazing for your skin.
They're terrifying.
Exactly.
That was the first time one of those happened was awesome.
That was a stalker shout out Chernobyl moment for me. I'm just like, it's a blowout. Get out of here.
Well, you've gotten used to the world being, like Miranda said, colorful, and then suddenly this savagery comes blowing in, and it's wonderful. I really enjoyed that.
And it's colorful too. It's bright green.
Yeah, it is. It's like not a good color.
Not the green you want.
Not a safe color anyway.